If you like our video, click the button to subscribe to our channel and get easy access to new content. To see our full suite of ad-free video courses, instruction manuals, and quick reference guides, visit us at www.teachucomp.com. To edit only part of an image file in Photoshop, you must first select the pixels in the desired layer of the Photoshop document to change. When you select pixels within an image in a layer in Photoshop, the selected pixel area appears within a dashed selection border called a selection marquee. The changes you then make only affect the pixels inside the selection area, protecting the rest of the content from changes. Photoshop gives you several tools that help you select pixels in an image layer in the Photoshop document. Photoshop contains a set of marquee selection tools, a set of lasso tools, the object selection tool, the quick selection tool, and the magic wand tool. There are also many menu bar commands that let you make different types of pixel-based selections. There are also many other commands and tools that help you select and refine the pixel selections you make in Photoshop. Usually, after making an initial pixel selection in Photoshop, making another pixel selection then replaces the existing selection. However, there are also additional pixel selection options that let you add pixels from another selection to an existing selection, subtract pixels in a secondary selection from a primary selection, or select only the intersecting pixels between two selections. These selection modification options vary, however, based on the selection tool you use. Select either the rectangular marquee tool, the elliptical marquee tool, or either of the three lasso tools. Then make sure the New Selection button is selected in the Options bar control panel. Then click into the middle of the selection and drag the selection to a new location and release it. To make selections using the menu bar, you use the commands that appear after you click the Select Menu command in the menu bar. Before making any selection in Photoshop, ensure you first select the correct layer in the Photoshop document in the Layers panel that contains the pixels to select. To select a layer in the Layers panel in Photoshop, click the layer to select it. You can then freely make pixel selections within that layer using any of the commands or tools available. First, let's examine how to make basic pixel selections in a layer in Photoshop. To select all the pixels in a layer in Photoshop, choose Select All from the menu bar. To deselect a selection in Photoshop, choose Select Deselect from the menu bar. Alternatively, to deselect a selection, if using a marquee tool or lasso tool, just click into the layer outside the selected area. To reselect the previous selection made within a Photoshop document in an editing session, choose Select, Reselect from the menu bar. To make an inverse selection from an existing selection in Photoshop, which deselects the selected pixels and selects all the non-selected pixels in a layer, choose Select, Inverse from the menu bar. To automatically select the subject in an image layer in Photoshop, choose Select, Subject from the menu bar. To automatically select the sky in an image layer in Photoshop, choose Select Sky from the menu bar. Both these commands use AI to automatically make a selection in your image layer. One important thing to note about selections in Photoshop is that while you often base the shapes of the selections you make on the content of pixels in a layer in Photoshop, the selection itself is only associated with the Photoshop document, not the individual layers. When you click to select a layer in Photoshop while a selection is active, your choice in the Layers panel only determines which pixels in the selected layer of the Photoshop document to change within the pixel selection area using whichever tools or commands you then apply. So, there can only be one active selection at a time within the Photoshop document, although you can save selections as additional channels within a Photoshop document if needed. You can also load these saved selections as needed and add, subtract, and intersect them with one another and with other selections you create, as you will see in later lessons. However, there can only be one selection active at a time within a Photoshop document. Remember to click the subscribe button to see more of our videos. See our full suite of courses, instruction manuals, and quick reference guides at www.teachucomp.com.